You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome, everybody. This is Michelle Fern, host of Best Bets for Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Today, I have a guest who's going to talk about a line of dog toys and cat toys that are amazing. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
We really love pets. There isn't anything we won't do to make sure they're getting the best products and the best care. So when you ask us a question like,
so how do you feel about cat condos?
We can say from experience,
feels like home for her.
Enter the code LUCKY10, LUCKY, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at petco.com.
There's a movement afoot, ShoeBuy.com. Join the millions of people who shop ShoeBuy.com's over 400 brands and 500,000 products. Order now and get free shipping and free return shipping. ShoeBuy.com, the world's greatest shoe store.
Walk your dog in style and comfort. Enter the code BFP10, BFP, the number 10, at checkout and get a 10% discount plus free shipping at ShoeBuy.com.
How would you like your business to reach out and invite in our audience? We have a brand new trademark concept called Info Seeds. Info Seeds are short 20-second seeds of information about your place of business, practice, or service. We only have a limited number of slots left. For more information, visit PetLifeRadio.com. Click on sponsorship information. There you can listen to a sample of Info Seed or email us at PetLifeRadio.com. Remember, only a limited number of opportunities are available.
Having a rough day? Longing for the dog days of summer? Think your fun furry friend lives a dog's life? Well, find out everything you're begging to know as Pet Life Radio presents It's a Doggy Dog World with pet expert and award-winning author Liz Palaika. Every dog has his day, and you'll find out how to make your dog's day fun and rewarding. Every week, on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com. Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm with Seth Partain of Paw Design. Welcome, Seth.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. Now, you have some toys with Paw Design that are very different from other toys that I've tried, and they're very durable. I've tested them on a few different dogs, some dogs that aren't even toy dogs, and they have this fascination with the toys. Can you just tell our listeners first a little bit about the Paw Design as whole, about your company?
Oh, sure. Well, we're a company. We're based out of Bozeman, Montana, and one of the things that we're pretty proud of is that all of our toys, and we also make a line of bedding products for dogs and cats, but they're all made right here as opposed to being sourced overseas, and so that's something that we really are proud of, and it's one of the things that we love about doing what we do. And so we make lines of plush toys for dogs and cats, and then, as I said, some bedding products, and then some injection molded plastic rubber toys, chew toys, for dogs as well. And we put a lot of emphasis on trying to make toys that are safe for your pets as well as durable and high quality, so that we're not adding more waste to the landfills by just these toys that only last a couple of days or a month. And so we try to put a lot of quality into them, so that when you purchase one of these products, you know that your dog's or cat is gonna love it, and that it'll last a good long time.
So are all of your products eco-friendly?
What we've tried to do is, as a whole, we've kind of tried to approach sustainability from the standpoint of sort of our whole company. And so, like every company that does this, we're sort of It's not like we've arrived to where we're fully sustainable, but we're sort of trying to make improvements wherever we can. So a lot of our products are made with recycled materials where we can, and we'll talk about some of those more, I think, a little bit later. But so we use a lot of recycled materials, a lot of recycled PET soda bottles go into our bedding and toy products, as well as we have some organic catnip that goes in all of our cat toys. Is organically grown without any types of synthetic chemicals, and so that's good for the environment, and it's also good for your cat and the families that are raising these pets. And so not every product has necessarily is fully recycled, but what we try to do over the course of the history of the company is to start someplace and then gradually add more and more and do what we can to make each of our products sustainable. A good example of that actually is back in, I think it was 2007, we made the switch to where all of the batting that we buy that goes into our beds and into our toys now is more than half of its content is recycled plastic. And so we started with just a few toys that had it, and now all of our plush products have some element of that recycled PET fiber as part of their makeup. So it's kind of a progression for us that way.
And that's absolutely understandable because there seems to be an eco wave all of a sudden and more people are getting on it. But, eco-friendly products have been around for a little while, but not for everything. So as I guess the world and our country and manufacturing plants as a whole are going more in this direction, there's more materials that companies can use for their products.
Right. And for us, it's not just about using those materials, but it's also even about we spend a lot of time on trying to find these recycled materials, but one of our big focuses has also been, and more has been more about being really conscious of how we're using our own waste, our own materials. Can we recycle the materials that we are generating and reusing those, or can we minimize the scrap on the production floor through better techniques? And so we kind of try to approach it from the standpoint of it's not just about trying to find recycled content. It's also about how you make what you make in other areas of the business.
Okay, great. Let's talk about your eco dog toys, your plush toys. I tried some samples with a few different dogs. I have a couple of them that are wild. They tear it apart. I find stuffing, and I've tried, I kid you not, I've tried probably 20, 30 different types. And I particularly tried the eco-friendly dolphin, which I don't know. My dogs are attached to this toy. I don't know. Maybe there's food inside. I don't know. They're so attached to it. Also, the salsa toy, which is so cute, and the unstuffed. And these are wild dogs. They get into, they're not mean or crazy dogs, but they just get into their toys. And not a problem. I was so impressed. Not a problem at all. How do you guys do that?
Well, there's a couple of approaches that we have, especially when it comes to our plush toys, which we know are going to get a lot of love, so to speak. One of the things that we do in you mentioned the dolphin. That particular product is one of our eco toys, which means the fabric itself is 100% recycled PET, and it also has that recycled PET in the fill, so you can feel good about that. But even more importantly, the vendor that we actually work with, that material itself is also made in the States, which can be difficult to find. But we have a really good relationship, and we make sure that the quality really starts with the material. And we try to really only purchase material that we feel confident can really stand up to the types of wear that that the dog toy is going to experience. And so we start with the material, and so that's the first piece. And then also, we've got great sewers, and each of the products are, handmade, essentially. And we just try and make sure that the people who are making these toys, they love seeing a good quality product come out of their hands. And so they take a lot of pride in making sure that the toys are made with that extra care that's kind of needed as far as how the stitching and all of the things around that toy to make sure that the durability is there. The eco toys have been great because the size on those seems to be really good as far as this really nice mid-sized plush toy, and the dogs seem to really like them. The salsa that you mentioned, and also we have a new line of toys that are unstuffed. And that's sort of in response to what we've discovered as far as how dogs really enjoy playing, just from getting the customer feedback that we always love to get, just to hear what's working and what's not. And what seems to really have come out in the last year or so is just people they're noticing that their dogs really love these toys that are just really kind of floppy. They have a lot of floppiness to them. And specifically, we were getting requests from people who liked our current designs, but they just wanted them without any stuffing in them whatsoever. So finally, we released, first of all, we Salsa that we had, the sort of a kind of a floppy monster looking guy. He's been doing well, but we actually did a redesign a couple of years ago just to make him even a little bit more fun to play with in that sort of floppy aspect. And then just this spring, we released some unstuffed toys, one of which is called Mingo. He's a flamingo shape that's been really popular, and he's kind of a pink, fuzzy little guy, and he doesn't have the stuffing, and that adds somewhat to the durability in that the dogs seem to have, the toys just seem to hold up more when there's not that fluff to pull out of them. But also just that floppiness is just something that dogs just really seem to instinctively be drawn to in terms of when they play with it. I know my dogs, when we were developing these shapes, I have 2 dogs at home, and I brought those prototypes home with these floppy toys, and it was instant. My 2 dogs, I have a little terrier and a lab, and they were tearing around our house playing tug of war and playing with these two unstuffed toys, and that was really good, validation that it's just something that the dogs just really love. They love that floppy aspect, and that's something we really tried to capitalize on.
Well, my dogs and my other testers had a blast with these toys. They just loved them. Now, I also tested a cat stuffed toy that unusually my dog really liked. So, can you tell our listeners about the cat plush toy? It has catnip in it, right?
Correct. Yeah, we have a line of cat toys because we don't want to ignore the cats. And all of our cat toys have the organic catnip, and a lot of times they'll have a little bell or something in them. And what's been interesting is I have a cat as well, and the cats usually, they like the toys. Cats sometimes are funny too in terms of what they'll play with. And some things you think are just going to be a scream, and my cat will just look at it, and then look back at me as if I've insulted him. And then other times he'll just go crazy about it. What's funny is that also I have a little terrier who's also, and he goes just as nuts over the little cat toys as my cat does. But there's definitely some fun shapes in that cat line as well. There's we have a flower shape in particular that's cats seem to really like, again with the catnip in there. We have a couple mice toys that are made with recycled materials as well, and that also seem to be doing pretty well with the cats.
Your stuffed toys and the eco stuffed toys are a lot of fun. They're extremely durable. Can all of them be machine washed, or some of them machine washed? What is the cleaning process for your toys?
For the plush toys, yes. The cat toys, because of that catnip in there, I'm not sure. Frankly, I haven't tried sending that cat toy through the wash, but I know we've tended to wash like our cat toys just kind of by hand. They don't seem to get as dirty as the dog toys, but the dog toys can absolutely go through the wash, as can like our flat mats, our crate pads that we also sell. Those things you can just toss into the wash as well. It's easy to clean, and again, the fabric holds up well to that sort of cleaning. So yeah, you can just throw them in the wash and it'll be good.
That's great. Now you have some active toys as well, made out of rubber, or you have a special material called Zogoflex.
Yes, and it's again, most people think of them as rubber. Ours is actually it's a material that we had developed that we call Zogoflex, and we've had a line of toys out now for several years, and it's kind of been growing every year, which has been fun. But it's not rubber. It's a material that we had developed especially for us. And it has a lot of the properties that we were really looking for in a chew toy that help it to be, from what our customers say, just some of the best stuff out there as far as durability for dogs who are aggressive chewers. And some of these properties, it's extremely elastic. It's very springy. One of the new toys that we have out is called Boomy. It looks like kind of like it's shaped like an S, and it can actually stretch to the material itself can stretch to 4 times its length before it actually would snap and tear. And most of the time that doesn't happen. But just to give you a sense of how springy it is, so it's very elastic. It's kind of soft. It's really seems to be just great for the dogs to chew on. And we have a lot of different shapes that we've made it out of. We've got a ball shape that sort of bounces in fun ways. We have a frisbee of a couple different sizes. We have just your standard sort of the toy that we call Hurley, which is kind of a sort of a modern bone design, sort of a streamlined bone shape. And then we have the Boomy I talked about, which is sort of a tug/chew toy that's really fun to play with. I know that's one of my dog's favorite toys is that Boomy toy, because two dogs can kind of play tug with each other, but it also works pretty well as that kind of floppy chew toy. But it's just something that we've developed. It was kind of an interesting point for us as a company to go from being this company that makes sewn products to jumping into a totally different manufacturing process. But we've just really enjoyed learning how to do it. And again, our customers have just, one thing we just hear over and over again is that a lot of these people, customers, have kind of given up on finding toys that could withstand, their dog's chewing until they found Zugoflex, and it just holds up for a long time, which again, it's back to that. We just don't want to be making toys that your dog can chew up in a matter of minutes and then it goes into the garbage and into the landfill, which actually is the other great thing about Zugoflex, in that if your dog ever does chew it up, you can send it back to us and we can recycle that into new parts as well. And so that keeps it this sort of closed loop process, which is also something that we're pretty excited about.
Yep, I was just going to ask you about that because I saw the Join the Loop and that the product is recyclable, which is wonderful because you can recycle it. It just makes it that much more, eco-friendly.
Yeah, and just to say, that's one of the exciting things about that process is that goes for us too, in that, again, when the Zugoflex are being produced, there's always some scrap, but we can just take that scrap and run it right back through and make a new product out of it. And so every product you buy has some recycled content in it and is recyclable. And that's, again, what makes it exciting. It's such a low waste process, and it's such a great product.
The other thing is, and our listeners can see this most likely by going to your website, but the colors of the products, they're really pretty. they're really nice looking colors and shapes that they're not just the typical bone. You see a lot of bone shaped toys, or you see maybe a cow shape or something like that, but you have some really nice looking shapes and colors, and just makes them nice to look at.
Yeah, and that's, one of the things, it's in our company name at Paw Design, is we do try to say that we want our products to have a different look, a different feel, and to show that there's definitely elements of design, and most people wouldn't think necessarily of, high design in a dog toy, but for us it's still an important thing. It's going to be in your house, and we want it to look nice. We want our beds to look nice. We want the colors to be fresh and different from what you might see out there, and that goes from our toys to our bedding. So I appreciate that you've noticed, because, it's definitely something that we do think a lot about. Our Zugoflex, in particular, we have it in three colors, this green and a blue and a bright orange that I think are bright and fun. And then again this spring we've launched some springtime colors. We have a pink and a lilac color that we think are really fun and sort of Valentine's Day and spring-like as well. So we've had a lot of fun just playing with the colors of our products as well.
Seth, where can our listeners find your products?
Well, they can go online and to our website, westpawdesign.com, and on that website, they can, there's a tool that can actually help them find we have 3,000 active dealer locations around North America where they can go and find their products. And so our website can help them find a local place to buy it, or they can buy our products right off the website as well. So they have a couple different options there.
Okay, and listeners will also have information on our episode page for the products and the website as well. So, Seth, I want to thank you so much for coming on and telling our listeners all about the Paw Design products. It's wonderful that they're majority of recyclable materials, they're made in the U.S. and Montana, and that they're so durable. I think all of those features are a great plus for our listeners.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Seth, for coming on Best Bets for Pets and telling our listeners all about your eco-friendly, made-in-America products. Listeners, you'll be able to find out more about Paw Designs on their website, which is www.westpawdesigns.com, and also on PetLifeRadio.com on the episode page. We'll be right back after this break.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to 1-800-PetMeds.com/best, BEST, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more at PetMeds.com.
FTD's network of over 40,000 florists around the world have been creating beautiful handcrafted arrangements for 100 years. Each arrangement is delivered the same day and backed by FTD's 7-day satisfaction guarantee. For a century, people have trusted their most important occasions to the flower experts at FTD.
Since Pet Life Radio is all about puppy dogs and flowers, our listeners, that's you, can get a 20% discount on your order. Just go to fleurop.com and use the code LUCKIES20 at checkout. FLEUROP.com. Code word LUCKYS and the number 20.
How would you like your business to reach out and invite in our audience? We have a brand new trademark concept called InfoSeeds. InfoSeeds are short 20-second seeds of information about your place of business, practice, or service. Is the best, most cost-effective way to invite us in. We only have a limited number of slots left. For more information, visit the website
PetLifeRadio.com.
Click on sponsorship information. There you can listen to a sample of InfoSeed. Remember, only a limited number of opportunities are available.
Aquariums and pond keeping are among the most popular of all hobbies in the United States and throughout the world. In fact, fish are probably the most numerous pet in people's homes and in their businesses. In Aquarium Mania, we'll learn more about the secret and not so secret life of fish and other inhabitants, the basics of good aquarium keeping, the complexities of the aquarium industry, and the science and art that surround this fascinating hobby. I'm your host, Roy Anong, and I'd like to thank you for joining us. Aquarium Mania.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, listeners. Today we're talking to Mathieu Giraud, and he's from Gymnokidi company. Did I pronounce that right, Mathieu?
That was good. That was perfect.
Okay. Well, welcome so much. Thanks for being here. I know we're calling you. You're in Paris, France, right?
Yes, exactly.
The internet makes it a small world. Your product is really interesting. This is a product that makes it so we can essentially talk to our fish. Is that correct?
Not exactly. Not to your fish. The fish will talk to you.
Oh, the fish will talk to you. Well, that's so exciting.
The fish will talk to you.
Mathieu, your product is essentially so the fish can talk to you. How did you create this product?
The product was created by our partner, a scientist, and he was making tests with his child into his fish tank with electric fish. And he has the idea to transform the electrical signal of the fish into voices. So he make calcul of the algorithm, and he defined the behavior of the fish. So the fish can say, I'm hungry, I'm cold, I'm nervous, I'm excited. There is around 30 messages coming from the fish. But this is true. We make calcul, and there is an international pattern for this product.
That is so amazing. So basically, taking some electric current, this allows the fish, they translate the electric current into a voice. And so the fish can say, like you said, I'm hungry, I'm cold, and so forth.
Exactly. There is a bridge inside the fish tank. So when the fish go under the bridge, the electrode pick up the electric signal of the fish and transfer that to the main unit. And we translate the electrical signal into voices. It's exactly the behavior of the fish calculate at the moment where it goes under the bridge. You understand me or no? I'm not sure.
No, I see. So when you say under the bridge, can you explain to our listeners what the device looks like?
Yeah, so there is 3 pieces for the product. There is one kind of bridge. We put this bridge in the fish tank. This is the first part of the product. There is a main unit outside the bridge, and there is a webcam. So when the fish goes under the bridge, we convert the electrical signal of the fish into the main unit. So there is a transfer from the bridge to the main unit, and the main unit transfer that into voices. Also, the main unit is connected by Wi-Fi to your laptop or to your smartphone, so you receive live the information for the fish. So for example, if you are in your office, you will receive on your smartphone the voice of your fish. For example, if he's hungry or if he's anxious, you will receive the information directly to your laptop or to your smartphone through the main unit by Wi-Fi, and you can also take a video or take pictures of your fish tank and of your fish.
That's amazing. So your company developed this product, and is it out on the market yet for people to buy?
In Europe, yes. We are launching the product this month in Europe, and we will launch the product in US, I think, in the second quarter of 2011. We are going in the big trade pet show in Orlando in the end of March, if I remember, from the 15th to the 18th in Orlando.
The Pet Expo.
Exactly. And we hope to find distributor for our product to launch the product in the second quarter. We are starting the discussion with a big company like Petco, PetSmart, Pet Supply Plus. We have just started the discussion for the moment. The product, the Gymnocom, allows slightly electric fish to provide a wide array of function. It means that this is a real fish tank computer, because with Gymnocom, you can also control the temperature, the conductivity, the pH of your fish tank. It means that if you have any problem, if you are out of your house, if there is any problem with the fish tank, you will receive an information directly on your laptop or your smartphone, because there is a problem with the temperature, the connectivity, and this is a major problem for the owner of fish tank, because sometimes when they live on vacation for 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, they are afraid. The big problem is that if there is a problem with the fish tank, they don't know that there is a problem. So they can come back from holidays and all the fish, they will be dead. So now with the Gymnocom, you will not have this problem anymore.
So it also works as a device to control and keep you aware of what's happening with your fish tank, so that the temperature is correct, it's not too dirty, and that's wonderful too. And then you get the notification. That's great.
Exactly. And also what is funny is because there is, we have also created Facebook for pets inside the Gymnocom website. So all the people will own the Gymnocom, they will be able to talk together, to exchange information, video, photo. All the fish will be able to speak all together. It's like a Facebook, but for owners of Gymnocom.
Oh, that's exciting. So the product will launch in the U.S.
in the second quarter of 2011.
Okay, the second half of 2011. And for people that are interested in learning about the product now, how can they maybe see a video or something? Where can they find out more information?
They can go directly on our website, www.gymnocom.com. They can have all the information regarding the product. Also, they can watch a video presentation of the product and understand how it works, what this product can do. And also, they can send us an email to communicate with us. And if they want today bought the product, they can send us an email and we can send one in US. It's not a problem. We didn't have yet a distributor, but we have started commercialization in Europe, so it's not a problem to send a product in US.
If someone wanted to, they can order a product now?
Of course.
And you can ship it to them?
Of course, the product is ready to work in US.
It's ready to go in the US. Okay. And then listeners, we'll have information on the episode page of the show as well. So you can, log on to the Gymnokidi website through the Pet Life Radio Best Bets for Pets episode page for this show. So that's another way to do that, to contact you and learn out, more about the product. Now, do you have any other products coming up in the future?
Yes, we have one product. It's a pet food product. Will be launched in Europe in 1 month. It will be like caviar for dogs and cats.
Caviar?
Caviar, exactly. Caviar. Caviar. So because it will look like caviar. So it will be, you will give that to your dogs or your cats with his meal, with his regular meal. It will have a lot of vitamin inside, and the taste will be like a shrimp for cats or beef or veal for dogs. It will be like, how you said, like a candy.
So it's a product that looks like caviar, but it's not like caviar really. It's,
no, it's not caviar really, of course, because it will be a little expensive. But
yeah,
it really look like caviar. It will be like a candy, but you can give that during the meal, and it will have a lot of vitamin inside. So it will be good for the dog, good for the cat, good for the skin, for the health, and it will be ready in 1 month.
So that's exciting, Mathieu. It's essentially a vitamin-packed caviar for your dogs and cats. Now, I hear that there's another product coming out, so your dogs and cats can talk to you, similar to the fish product?
We have already developed the patent, but it will be really interesting also. It will be an intelligent ball for dog and cat. It means that on the ball, you will have a screen, a microphone, a webcam. So it means that when the dog or the cat will come to eat or to drink, you will receive the info on your laptop or on your smartphone. So you will be able to communicate with your dogs, see your dogs. The dogs will hear you. So it will be really funny.
So it's a bowl, and the device is in the bowl.
A bowl, exactly.
And your animal will be able to see you. And now you'll communicate to them, or they can communicate to you?
Exactly.
Both ways?
Both ways.
And will their bark or meow transfer as something, a voice, or just a bark or meow?
No. We don't translate what they want to say. Unfortunately, we are not able to do that, but it's only communication and see what's happened with your dog, but only you will be able to speak to him. Well, you are in your office, and I don't know, the name of my dog is Space, so I will see him drink, and I said, hello, Space, how are you? And he will see me on the ball also, so it will be fun, and for all lovers of dogs and cats.
So it's a good way for you to communicate, so you can use your smartphone and call, and...
Not call, in fact. When the dog or the cat will have a receptor
on the collar, okay.
On the collar. So when we go to the ball, the receptor will activate the ball. So at this time, you will receive the information directly on your laptop or on your smartphone. So you will see your dog eating or drinking, and at this time you will be able to speak to him. And also there is a screen on the ball, so the dog will be able to show you, to look at you, to see you. So you will be able to communicate, to exchange with him, even if you are not at home.
Oh, that's exciting. So if you're away for a while and you think, you might miss your dog and your dog might miss you, you can actually, through the receptor on the collar and the devices, the screen and the microphone on the bowl, you'll be able to talk to your dog, and then he'll see the picture. Or she'll see the picture. That's good. It can calm your pet a lot, and it can also bring, you peace of mind. Now, how exciting. Can you give our listeners an idea of the prices for these products?
The prices of Gymnocom will be less than $300.
The one for the fish?
The one for the fish, the one for the fish. For example, if you compare with what existing on the market, there is some fish tank computer, and the price is around $450, $500. And they don't do messages, they don't do voices, they don't do Wi-Fi, they don't do Ethernet, they don't do video, they don't do camera. So our price will be really, really good.
So this is a very good price for the product. It combines a lot of different features at a good price.
And the price for the ball, we don't know yet, because it will be launched only the second quarter of 2011, but it will be less than, we think it will be less than $250 for sure. And for Vitapel, for the caviar, the price will be around for 160 ounces, less than $5.
Less than $5 for the caviar.
Exactly.
Oh, wonderful. Now, for these products to find U.S. distributors,
if you are interested by the product, you can send us an email to the website, and we will be able today to send you a product, to sell you a product. Is not a problem. But our first goal is to find a distributor in US. That's why we go in Orlando in March, and to find a distributor for all the US market. So directly to company like Petco, PetSmart, or through a distributor will put the product in this type of company.
Oh, wonderful. So can you spell out the website so people know?
Of course, it's www.gymnoc GYMNOCOM.
Perfect. And again, we'll have the information on the episode page for this show as well. So you can get that information there also. So, wow, Mathieu, these are some really interesting products.
And for the listener, I'm sorry for my French accent.
I'm really sorry. It's wonderful. It's fine. It's fine. Hopefully my English accent has not been too hard to follow.
I understand very well. It's not a problem for me because, as I said, I live 4 years. But my accent when I speak, and it's not easy. Even in French, it's really hard to explain all the capacity of the product. So in English, it's more complicated for us. But it's okay. I hope that people will understand exactly. And if they have some question, they can go to the website and send me an email, and I will take the time to answer to all the questions.
Thank you for that. So they can go to your website as well. So thank you so much for coming on the show and telling our listeners all about these amazing products. They're quite unusual and fascinating. I think it's exciting,
Thank you.
Listeners, you can find out more about the product on the episode page of the show. And I'd like to thank my producer, Mark Winter, for making us sound great. Say hello to all your fur babies. See you next time.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.